Mercer County Library System, and welcome to today's author study. Today I'm going to be telling you about author Doreen Cronin. I've been a big fan of hers for a long time, and so I'm going to tell you a little bit about her life. I'm going to show you all of her fabulous books that we have here in the Mercer County Library System, and then I'm going to turn it over to her so that she can read you this book, Diary of a Worm. And then at the very end, I'm going to show you a couple places online where you can find some fun activities you can do with her books as well. So let's get started with her really early life. She was born in 1966, and she grew up in Merrick, New York. She grew up in a big red house with a big backyard and lots of kids in her neighborhood, and she lived with her parents, her two brothers, and her sister. Her dad was a police officer, and she thought that he was super funny. And she thought that maybe when she grew up, she'd want to be a police officer like him, or even an FBI agent. But she realized that those jobs require a lot of bravery, and she just didn't think she could be that brave. Now, her writing career started in first grade. That's right, first grade. Her teacher was Mrs. Cooper, and Mrs. Cooper was the one that recognized her writing talent very early on and even gave her extra homework assignments. But guess what? Doreen Cronin didn't mind because she liked doing them, and I think she realized her passion for writing even in first grade. So she still thanks Mrs. Cooper to this day, and I want to say thank you to Mrs. Cooper as well because I love Doreen Cronin's books. She also loved going to the library. That makes my heart so happy to hear that. It was one of her favorite places to spend time. So let's fast forward a little bit. She went to college at Penn State University, and she graduated in 1988 with a degree in journalism. She then went on to law school. She went to St. John's Law School, and she graduated from law school in 1998. And she became a practicing attorney in Manhattan. Now, it's a big leap from being an attorney to a children's book writer, right? But it turns out that she was writing all along. In the year 2000, her first book was published. This one right here, Click, Clack, Moo, one of my absolute favorites. And last year, in 2020, it celebrated its 20th anniversary. So when this book became successful, it launched her career, and she decided to quit her job as an attorney, and she became a full-time children's writer, and it's what she's been doing ever since. So let's talk about her life right now. She lives in Brooklyn, New York. She lives with her dog Buster and her two daughters, Julia and Abby. And if you ask her what her favorite thing to do is, she says it's reading. And if you ask her what her second favorite thing to do is, she'll say, read some more. So she's an avid reader, and that's fantastic. Being an avid reader makes you an excellent writer. So she has some advice for aspiring writers out there. One, she says you should write every day. Even if it's not something you're going to show anyone, just get in the habit of writing every single day. Two, don't be afraid. You might get rejections, just like she got with Click, Clack, Moo, but eventually she was successful. So she said you can't be afraid, you just have to keep trying. And her third piece of advice is to do your research. And as a librarian, I can agree with that last one. So what I would like to do now is take some time, show you some of Ms. Cronin's books, and then she'll read Diary of a Worm for us. Okay, so let's start with the book that started it all for Ms. Cronin. Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type. And so this book is illustrated by Betsy Lewin, and after this book was successful, Doreen Cronin went on to write several more books in this series, including one that was published just last year. So she's got Click, Clack, Ho, 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 Click, Clack, Surprise, Click, Clack, Peep, Click, Clack, Boo, Thump, Quack, Moo, Doobie Doobie Moo, Click, Clack, Quackity Quack, Duck for President, Click, Clack, Moo, I Love You, a good one for Valentine's Day coming up, Click, Clack, Quack to School, Click, Clack, Good Night, which is the newest one in this series, Click, Clack, Splish Splash, and then the sequel, the one that came second after Click, Clack, Moo, was Giggle, Giggle, Quack. So then she's got the Diary of a Blank series. She's got Diary of a Worm, And then she also has Diary of a Spider and Diary of a Fly. And what's really funny about these books is that as a kid, Doreen Cronin did not like insects. She was terrified of them. So the fact that she went on to write these books is pretty funny. And they are an Amazon series now, so they turned it into a cartoon show. Books first, always. Doreen and I agree on that one. And it's a really cute show. My daughter likes it, and so I can't wait for her to read you Diary of a Worm in a minute. So these are all picture books, but the picture books inspired kind of spin-off books, and these are easy readers in the library system. So we've got Diary of a Worm, Teacher's Pet, and Duck Stays in the Truck, and some others like that, and those are all in our easy reader section. Some of her books also inspired board books, okay? So we've got Click Clack ABC, Click Clack Moo as its own board book, and Click Clack Boo as well. So we have them in board book form for our really little patrons so they don't rip those paper pages. And speaking of our littlest patrons, this series here, which started with the book Wiggle, we've got our little doggy here, it's really for our younger set of kids, and it kind of gets them up and moving with the book. So after she did Wiggle, she did Bounce and Stretch. Okay, so those all have that same doggy character in them. And then, continuing on with her picture book, she's got Boom, Snot, Twitty. And then after Boom, Snot, Twitty, she came back with the same characters and she did Boom, Snot, Twitty, this way, that way. And we've got a set of unlikely friends here. We've got our little bear, we've got our little snail, and our little bird. And we'll have to read it to see what happens in those stories. Then she has some other picture books that are not in a series. So she's got Bloom, she's got Rescue Bunnies, Mom, which stands for Mom Operating Manual. I'm sure all kids wish they had a manual for operating their mom, and Snick. So about 10 years after she wrote Click Clack Moo, she kind of ventured into books for older readers. So it started with this series here. So see our dog here, okay? His name is J.J. Tully. He is a retired search and rescue dog, okay? And so they're kind of like mystery stories, and we have two of those in the system here, The Trouble with Chickens and The Legend of Diamond Lil. Okay, so moving from picture books into chapter books was kind of a big jump for Ms. Cronin. She said she was so used to writing with so few words in picture books that it took a lot of effort to come up with the longer stories here. Okay, and then from there, she's got her Chicken Squad series. Okay, so this is the first one in the series. We have a bunch here, and we've got our little chickens. Okay, we've got Dirt, Sweetie, Poppy, and Sugar, and these chicks were a little spin-off from our J.J. Tully series here, okay? So they might be chicks, but they sure aren't chicken, which means they aren't scared. They're the Chicken Squad, and it's up to them to figure out what tail the not-so-brave squirrel is afraid of. So after this book was successful, she went on to write many more in the Chicken Squad series. Then she went on to write her longest book to date for the oldest reader set, for middle grade readers. So quite a jump from our board books and our book Wiggle here. Okay, this is kind of a thicker book. It's called Cyclone. It takes place in Brooklyn, which is where she lives, and Cyclone is the name of the roller coaster on Coney Island. And so this is another good one that you have to pick up for your older readers. So I'm gonna go back to Diary of a Worm, and I'm gonna let Ms. Cronin take it away.
Hi guys, Doreen Cronin here. We're gonna do a little bit of a Diary of a Worm today. And you know, there's also a Diary of a Fly and Diary of a Spider. And these are the 3 books that I did with Harry Bliss over the last, I don't know how many years. Also, right now on Amazon, there is a series based on these books. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. It's well written. It's so many things, and I think you would love it. Diary of a Worm. Look at this beautiful page. All the pages are beautiful, not just this page, but look at this detail. Guys, let's look, okay? Look at this dragonfly. Look at this bottle cap. Look at this ladybug. The detail in the art is extraordinary. Okay, March 20th. Mom says there are 3 things I should always remember. 1, the earth gives us everything we need. Number 2, when we dig tunnels, we help take care of the earth. And number 3, never bother Daddy when he's eating the newspaper. March 29th, which was yesterday, maybe? I don't remember. Somewhere around here. We're kind of in this area now. March 29th. Today, I tried to teach Spider how to dig. First, all his legs got stuck. Then he swallowed a bunch of dirt. Tomorrow, he's going to teach me how to walk upside down. March 30th. That is today. Worms cannot walk upside down. Don't even try. You know, you've seen your spiders on the ceiling, right? You see them just kind of walking along casually across the ceiling. When I was little, I used to scream like crazy when I would see that. Worms, shouldn't even try. Although I guess you should always try, right? April 4th, fishing season started today. We all dug deeper. Did you guys hear something? April 10th. It rained all night and the ground was soaked. We spent the entire day on the sidewalk. Hopscotch is a very dangerous game. Little kids, you know, those big feet, they're yours. And way down below you on the sidewalk, these tiny little creatures while you're stomping around up there. April 15th. I forgot my lunch today. I got so hungry that I ate my homework. My teacher made me write, I will not eat my homework 10 times. When I was finished, I ate that too. April 20th. I snuck up on some kids in the park today. They didn't hear me coming. I wiggled right up between them, and then they screamed! I love when they do that. May 1st. Grandpa taught us that good manners are very important. So today I said good morning to the first ant I saw. Good morning. There were 600 more of them in line. I stood there all day. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you doing? Nice to see you. Good morning. Howdy. May 8th. I had the worst nightmare last night. Giant birds playing hopscotch. Mom says I have to stop eating so much garbage right before I go to bed. Guys, what do worms eat? Garbage. The worms actually recycle a lot of what we throw away. They munch right through things. And then what they don't use, shall we say, becomes fertilizer for the earth. It's really important. May 15th. I got into a fight with Spider today. He told me you need legs to be cool. Then he ran. I couldn't keep up. Maybe he's right. I made Spider laugh so hard, he fell out of his tree. Who needs legs? Okay, I have to sing on this page, so bear with me. Or lower the volume. May 28th. Last night, I went to the school dance. You put your head in, you put your head out, you do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself about. That's all we could do. June 5th. Today we made macaroni necklaces in art class. I brought mine home and we ate it for dinner. You're very talented. June 15th. A little slice of life. My older sister thinks she's so pretty. I told her that no matter how much time she spends looking in the mirror, her face will always look exactly like her rear end. Spider thought that was really funny. Mom did not. I have 2 brothers, you guys, so I feel this page. July 4th. When I grow up, I want to be a Secret Service agent. Spider says I will have to be very careful because the president might step on me by mistake. It's a dangerous job, I told him, but somebody's got to do it. Those 2 brothers that I had, still have. That's them right there, Secret Service, retired. I won't tell you which one's which, but if you met them, you would know. July 28th. 3 things I don't like about being a worm. Number 1, I can't chew gum. Number 2, I can't have a dog. And number 3, all that homework. See, it's not just you guys, even worms have homework. July 29th. 3 good things about being a worm. Number 1, I never have to go to the dentist. No cavities. No teeth either. And if you look real close, it says Dr. DK. Get it? Number 2, I never get in trouble for tracking mud through the house. And number 3, I never have to take a bath. Look at that dirt love. August 1st. It's not always easy being a worm. We're very small. And sometimes people forget that we're even here. All the way down there. But like Mom always says, the earth never forgets we're here. The end. So you know, you guys, diary of a worm, diary of a spider, diary of a fly. These tiny, tiny creatures with these really important lives. We don't pay that much attention to them when we're out and about, unless, like, when I was a kid, I was just terrified of bugs. I know some of you are and some of you aren't, but oh my gosh, I was so scared of worms, of flies, of spiders, of ants, of anything that was crawling around, really doing so much more for the earth than I could do probably in my entire lifetime. So let's pay a little bit more attention to them, these tiny little creatures, and all that they do for us and all that they do for the planet, okay? Then I will leave you with June 5th. I get the feeling I'm being watched. Take care. See you later.
To find Doreen Cronin's books in the Mercer County Library System catalog, visit www.mcl.org. You can also visit all of these websites to find different activities that you can do with her books. If you would like to reach out to Ms. Cronin, you can go to her website, doreencronin.com, and visit the contact page. There is an email address and a mailing address. Thank you for watching today. Bye, friends.